awesome stories, and this one does also. Ladies, we're going to have you remove the cover, and Lauren, tell us, what are we looking at?
All right, we are looking at a 1969 Mercury Cougar Eliminator 428 Super Cobra Jet. My father, right here, was the original owner of the car, bought it brand new in 1969, and then sold it in 1972. So it was gone out of the building for about 38 years before I found it in 2006 and bought it back in 2007. It's been a long 15-year restoration. We're still not quite done yet, but we're pretty doggone close. Right now, what you see in front of us is lawn work and the dream. This is absolutely the dream that I've had for a long time. Him talking about the car forever, and now I've been able to live that dream.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Lauren and his family and this unbelievable Super Cobra Jet.
Yeah, Lauren.
So there's a lot going on here. They didn't make very many Super Cobra Jet Cougars. First of all, tell me about some of the items on this that make it the Super Cobra Jet with the gears and the stuff under the hood.
Sure. So what made a Super Cobra Jet a Super Cobra Jet was it was a different rotating assembly in the engine, different balanced crank. It was an externally balanced crank with the Hans rods and caps. It had an external oil cooler also, and a 391 or a 430 rear end, but this car came with a 391 rear end. So those are the big differences between the regular Cobra Jet and the Super Cobra Jet.
So when your father bought this car new, and drove it for a few years and sold it, how did you end up tracking it down?
So one year, 2006, for his birthday, I contacted Marty Auto Works for a Hardy report, which unfortunately I forgot to bring. But I reached out to them, I said, I know everything about this car except for the VIN. And they said, that's fine, it'll take a few months to find in the database, but we'll get back to you. 3 days later, they called and said, we found your car in the database, and oh, by the way, we contacted the owner of the car because we think he wants to sell it. So about 30 minutes later, thanks to Marty Auto Works, who gave the gentleman my phone number, we called, and we made arrangements to see the car down in Atlanta at the time.
That's an incredible story. You got off easy, because all the rest of us trying to track down a car is months and months of Googling and trying to remember stuff. But I think, I would imagine, a Super Cobra Jet Cougar is a little higher profile, might stand out a little bit more than somebody looking for the 71 Pinto. So the condition that it's in today, you mentioned the restoration, what did you have to do?
So the way we found the car, it was in primer. The previous owner found it in a very, very sad shape. Hole in the windshield, rusted out fenders and doors. Thankfully, it was only a surface rust. The car spent almost all of its life out in Stockton, California, so it was very little rust. It was originally an Ohio car for the first 3 years, but after that, the only rust on the car was thankfully just the trunk drop off. So what I've done is I've attempted to find as many original parts, paint-coated parts as possible. We do have the original hood scoop and grill, and of course new glass and new spoiler, but the seats are the original seats in there. I had to find a replacement engine because at some point in time that made its way into a speedboat. Yes, but ironically, this time last year, I talked to some friends who know the people who used to own the car and put the engine in the speedboat. So I've been working on trying to get that engine back for the past year. Hopefully we can make that magic happen, but yeah, it's as many original parts as I could, or they could have parts as I could, to get the car back to the way he bought this car on December 31st, 1969.
Very, very cool, and I love the fact you've got some old pictures here from back in the day, and it looks like some vintage trophies that you must have won back when this thing was new. So just a great story, great car. We invite everybody to get a closer look at these pictures. One more round of applause for Lauren and his family and this unbelievable Super Cobra Jet Cougar. Thanks for bringing it up. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. We do have another unveiling coming up, so we're not done yet.
That's not perfect.